Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loads 15, where I'll be giving you my Lucky 15 predictions for tomorrow's horse racing as usual here on the channel. If you're brand new to us, welcome to Lucky Loads 15. What I do is I'm a tipster and I make horse racing videos every day on how the races are going to go. I make it in the format of a Lucky 15 bet. Sometimes it's each way, sometimes it isn't. And normally we don't do so well, but we've been doing alright recently. We've been getting a few winners at least every day this week. We didn't have a winner yesterday, but we've been doing a little bit better than on previous weeks. So all in all, we're doing okay at the moment, not in bad form. The main purpose behind this channel, I have mentioned many times now, is that I'm looking to be a horse racing journalist. In the near future, going back to university to study a master's degree in sports broadcast and journalism, and my absolute dream job will be to work in the horse racing industry as a journalist in media or whatever capacity I can hopefully fulfill. Also as well, I'm hopefully going to be doing some experience at Goodwood in August at Glorious Goodwood, so we might be able to get a bit of filming done there. So subscribe to us if you want to see us do some vlogs there and like the video as well. I'm just going to recap on how today's selections ran. We actually had a winner today in our man Havana at Haydock, and the 3 o'clock was a very nice race by Richard Kingscote and Tom Dascombe teaming up for that one. Actually, there was a lot of market support in the day for that one, and it went off at 2 to 1 in the end. And I actually tipped this one last night to be my long shot of the day, so it wasn't a long shot by any means. It went off the favourite in the end, but when we got it last night, it was at 8 to 1, and it was nowhere near being favourite. There was quite a few other horses. Mind you, I did look in the race to see why there was such a lot of money put on it, and there was only 1 or 2 non-runners, and they weren't major market ones. They weren't right at the top of the market, so it was interesting how there was a lot of money on that horse throughout the day to make it a shorter price than what we got at. But anyway, it was a good performance, got a good start, a good draw against the stand side rail, ran very prominently throughout. I managed to have a nice turn of foot at the end and managed to win us that one and getting us there at 8 to 1, so that was a good selection there. Then we had a million times at Perth that never really travelled into the race, and the horse that won that, I think it was called Tangolan, actually raced yesterday at Perth over 3 miles and then raced again today. You don't often see that, especially on the old National Hunt circuit. You don't see many horses riding out a day after they've just put in a big 3 mile run, so that was a very brave move, and it paid off for Fergal O'Brien and Paddy Brennan, which beat our selection, which was funny enough our nap for today. And if you back my naps, they tend not to do well. Since we've been doing this feature in the vlogs, we had a Weekend Defender that didn't even want to race, that I napped the other day, and then yesterday my nap finished nowhere, and then again today my nap finished, I think it was back in midfield in about 6th place or so, so that wasn't too good there. Other horses that we had was Angel of Darkness in the 805 at Newbury. To be fair, was always there or thereabouts in the race, but got into some traffic towards about a furlong out, and the jockey Callum Shepherd had to draw it round on the outside, and it was still staying on strongly, but just wasn't able to get his head up today. Lost to a horse called Station Dale Lass. So all in all, I don't think that was a bad performance, and I think you can forgive Angel of Darkness for meeting some traffic problems and getting hampered. So all in all, that wasn't a bad race. If it had more of a clear run through, it might have won the race in the end, but all in all, it wasn't a bad day. And we also backed Special Relation as well at Newbury, but that became a non-runner in the end, so a bit gutted on that one there. Anyway, I'm going to be making some selections for tomorrow's horse racing action. There's a lot of meetings going on tomorrow, so it's quite hard to narrow down some selections that I think will be definitely in the mix, because even though there was a lot on, there wasn't a lot of what I thought, yeah, they're going to win tomorrow, or a lot of horses that I was keen about on their chances. But I managed to come up with something that I think could hopefully reach us get all 4 winners tomorrow, or at least these horses should certainly be in the mix and in the frame. And the first race we go to tomorrow is in the 220 at Sandown, which is a listed race over 5 furlongs. And this is going to be my nap for the day, so don't back it if you're watching this. But the horse that we're going for is a horse called Roussel, which finished 2nd last time out at Royal Ascot in the Windsor Castle Stakes, where it put down a good performance and only just got pipped by its other Godolphin horse. This is a Godolphin horse, Roussel. So it's trained by Charlie Appleby, and James Doyle takes a ride, who's one of their main jockeys. Very good jockey, James Doyle. Rides all around the world. I think he rides down for Godolphin down in Australia in our winter, as it were. So he travels all around and is a very respected jockey, and always puts in a good performance on his ride. So I thought Roussel was quite interesting tomorrow. Around about 15 to 8 with bookmakers at the moment. That's what I've backed it at the moment. I'm not sure how the market will take in the day, but I don't think it will drift too much away from the price it is now. And also as well, it won its previous racecourse debut at Leicester, where there's been a couple of nice performances that have come out of that race since then. So all in all, the form looks good. Against its main market opposition tomorrow, I definitely think this is the horse to beat on paper, and this is my winner, which I hope will win for us tomorrow. So that's why I'm making us our nap here. That's Roussel in the 2:20 at Sandown. Our next selection sees us stay at Sandown an hour later for the 3:25, and the horse that we've backed here is a horse called Frankuus. And you might be going, why have you chosen him? Well, if you actually look at his previous races, he's had 2 races this season, and he's travelled okay in them, but he just hasn't quite lived up to his expectations of how he ran last year, where he got 3 wins under his belt, which included the listed race at Haydock, and also a nice win in a Group 3 race in France. This horse has the sexy pedigree, being of Frankuus, and therefore of Galileo as well, so that's very good pedigree there, one of the strongest you could probably get around. This horse last time ran at Royal Ascot, where it was in the mix for a lot of the race, but just lost steam towards the last furlong or so. It's trained by Mark Johnson, who can be a bit of a trainer to find it really hard to get one of his winners. It's a bit hot and cold with him, but I think this horse is one of his more quality horses, at least on paper in the breeding. And also as well, he's got Sylvester de Souza on board tomorrow, which should give it one of the best rides this horse can get. Sylvester tends to like this track as well. I think last time he rode here he had a 5-time winner, so he definitely will like the course. Also as well, he's around about 7-1 with bookmakers, and I definitely thought if he could put those 2 previous runs to bed, he's dropping back in trip to a mile tomorrow, which his father Frankuus absolutely loved. We all remember the Queen Anne performance at Royal Ascot in 2012. If he's anything like his father, he should be made for this mile, and I thought Frankuus could be an interesting contender in that race tomorrow. So that's going to be our selection there in the 3:25. Then we go on to the evening action on the flat. We then go to Haydock in the 7:20, and this one probably is my outsider, I would say, tomorrow. It's a horse called Almashama. I hope I'm pronouncing that alright. It's a Godolphin runner. This is going to look like a whole vlog of Godolphin runners, or related runners anyway, it will seem when we get on to my last selection as well. This horse I thought was quite interesting actually, because I actually backed it last time when I was at Sandown a couple of weeks ago, where it actually ran a creditable race. It finished in 5th, but it was leading towards the last furlong or so, but just got headed out, and it was only about 2 lengths or a length and a half down actually in that 5th place. And if you look at its rivals tomorrow, compared to that Sandown race at least, they're not of a better class than the race at Sandown, and I thought this horse had a good chance in the handicap tomorrow. Not too bad. Callum Shepherd takes a ride. It's trained by Charles Hills, who's a good, respectable stable. Callum Shepherd will be able to use his £3 claim here, and this horse wasn't too bad in the weights tomorrow, and it's been running a bit of better calibre races in this race tomorrow compared to its other rivals. And I thought at 7-1 this horse could maybe make the frame tomorrow, and I thought it was an interesting contender. So that's who we've gone for there, Almashama. I hope I pronounced that right. Our last selection for tomorrow sees us go to Chelmsford on the all-weather, and the horse that we've gone for here is another Godolphin runner called Mukalal, which I hope I pronounced right. I'm not very good at pronouncing, especially the Godolphin horses with their Arabic sounding names. This horse is trained by Marcus Tregonning, who's probably my nearest stable. I'm from the New Forest, if you wanted to know, in Hampshire, so there's not many horse places around here. There's a few trainers in Hampshire, but there's no race courses, so it's always really annoying. that I have to go out to places like Salisbury or Fontwell or even Wincanton to go to the races, or Newbury. So it can be quite frustrating sometimes when it comes to horse racing where I live. But yeah, he's one of my local trainers, Marcus Tregonin. He's been in good form as well. 3 wins from 13 in the last few weeks. Jim Crowley takes a ride tomorrow, which is another positive there for this horse. It's chasing a hat-trick of wins tomorrow after 2 previous wins at Lingfield and Wolverhampton. Still also very unexposed. It's only had a few starts and it's been running very well of late, and is probably definitely the one to beat tomorrow. It's quite well handicapped as well, and I definitely think there's more room for improvement in this horse, and it could be a good winner tomorrow. It's drawn from stall 2 as well, which will prove it to be a good attacking stall to get a prominent position in the race, and I thought this horse was quite interesting. 3-1 bookmakers at the moment is a favourite, I know that, and you're probably going, oh, you're just backing favourites, but I only back the favourites I think that will run well at not a bad price, and I thought that was a respectable price, 3-1 for this horse. Anyway, that's my predictions for tomorrow's horse racing action. If you've had a good day on the horses today, or if you've got any good tips for tomorrow that you think are worth a mention, let us know in the comments box below. Please subscribe to our channel. Like I say, the more subscribers we get, the more doors hopefully we will open and get some better quality videos, and also some different angles of how we can go about on this channel. Also as well, follow us on Twitter at LuckyLoaders15. You can also like us on Facebook at LuckyLoaders15. Gamble responsibly, you don't have to do my bets, and we'll see you soon.